Only 90's kids will remember Oxygen. Only 90's kids will remember Pokemon. Only 90's kids will remember Game Boys. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up now, bitch. You ain't know shit, bro. 90's kids don't know shit. 90's kids don't know shit. Look, guys, this might not be a surprise to you, but I'm actually not a 90's kid. I was born in 2002, making me 15 right now and turning 16 next month. You probably don't care. But I'm gonna tell you guys, and you can actually get your parents to try to challenge me and shit, because, guys, even though I was born in the early 2000s, I'm still a goddamn 90's kid, kind of, by heart. Like, I wasn't raised in the 90's, I guess I wasn't there when everything was happening, but goddamn did I feel those 90's shit. And I feel like everybody has got that 90's shit, you know? It's always spammed all over the internet. It shows, like, PlayStation 2, it shows freaking PlayStation 1, and, like, the old games and all the old trends that happened in the 90's, and they're like, only 90's kids will remember, right, guys? Nah, actually, no. Not all 90's kids will remember. This is my fucking rant on that shit, dude. I, a 2000s kid, and I'm sure hundreds of other kids, no, millions of other kids my age, or probably, like, pretty much every single kid my age was probably raised around some of the 90s kids things. And you might be like, Blake, when you talk about that 90s kids, what are you even talking about? It seems like the internet likes to portray kids my age, like, as just people who do Instagram, and, like, they were just raised with freaking brand new phones and shit, like, they never got a taste of what it was like in the 90s. Like, what? Come on, dude. I grew up with them goddamn VHS tapes, dude. I'm talking about Rugrats on, like, the orange VHS tapes. Whenever I saw an orange VHS tape, I was like, yep, that is definitely a cartoon. You see them old Nickelodeon shows, you know, the ones with the like, does that shit. It was so artistic or autistic, I don't know, it kind of varied. I remember binge watching freaking Rugrats as a little kid on the VHS tapes, and it would show like the little side clips between episodes on this Inside Out boy. Music wise, I used to listen to, and I still listen to now, like some of the freaking old Eminem. Like, I'm talking about, like, not the freaking new revival stuff, but I love the new revival stuff, but I'm talking about, like, I would be freaking growing up around freaking Eminem's, like, really old songs. I would be listening to, then again, who hasn't listened to Eminem's old songs? Like, who doesn't even like Eminem, dude? My mom would freaking play Limp Bizkit and shit. I'm not a really big fan of Limp Bizkit, but whatever. I listen to a lot of 90s pop songs, but I feel like the thing that I love from the 90s the most were the cartoons, alright? The 90s cartoons were some of the they're just the wow, alright? To this day, I still watch, Hey Arnold. I never actually got into Arnold when I was littler, but, like, now recently, like, when I was watching with my little brothers, I was like, hey, this isn't that bad of a show. Stewie Griffin in his preteen years, that's actually pretty nice. And by the way, I see a lot of memes where people are like, yeah, man, only 90s kids will understand PlayStation 2s and shit. Like, alright, look. Everybody on the entire planet Earth has played a PlayStation 2. And if you haven't, then you're not a goddamn human. Alright, look, who has not played a PlayStation 2, and who cannot say that a PlayStation 2 played such a giant role in their life, in their gaming life? I was raised around the PlayStation 2. I would play Spider-Man 2. That game was the shit. Spider-Man 2 was the shit on the PlayStation 2. That was the shit. That was the most amazing game ever. Still one of my top 10 favorite games ever. Spider-Man 2, Eric, yo. Tell him about the Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, fucking Spider-Man 2, bro. You can just swing shot people around and shit. You get to do like these little glitches which make you Peter Parker, and you just go around town. You get to just freaking, oh my god, dude. Even though the graphics are terrible looking back at it now, like it's a PlayStation 2, you're like, yeah, I'm so used to the better graphics now. It's still a timeless game, dude. One of the most fun games of all time. And there's like Spider-Man 3, which was okay, and then there's Spider-Man 1, which was just shit. But, you know, like, I'm talking about Ratchet and Clank, too. And I know that a lot of you nerds out there will be like, yeah, but PlayStation 2 isn't even a 90s console. That is true. The PlayStation 2 is not a 90s console, but at the same time, it's in early 2000s. And 2000s kids were, like, babies when that shit was out. So, like, 90s kids were still kids, I guess, by the time 2000s hit or whatever. Like, they were, like, teens, so that they'd definitely be into the gaming thing. So I guess it more, like, when it first came out, it probably more appealed to the 90s kids. I don't know. Look, but I'm just saying that a lot of 90s kids were freaking trying to claim the PlayStation as their own. Suck my giant cock, bitch. That is my goddamn console. That's our generation's console, because the PlayStation 2 is so goddamn good. I love the PlayStation 2. I'm gonna buy one of those bitches if I become a millionaire. Screw freaking PlayStation 3s or 4s or PlayStation 3s or 4s Plus or whatever. PlayStation 2 is where it at. And I know for a fact that if I have any kids, I'm not going to be raising them around those goddamn shitty-ass shows like PJ Masks or, what was it, Bubble Guppies? I guess it's a fine show for little kids. I've saw my little brother watch it before. I'm going to raise my kid around the good-ass shows. I'm talking about freaking Ren and Stimpy, Hey Arnold, Definitely Blue's Clues. Definitely Rugrats. Definitely SpongeBob. Was SpongeBob a 90s thing? Yeah, I think SpongeBob came out in the 90s. Rocko's Modern Life. Not Rugrats All Grown Up. Screw that shit. That was the no. You can't do that, dude. Rugrats All Grown Up just I'm gonna have them raised around the council that I was raised around too. I haven't played the PlayStation 2 so goddamn long and it hurts. I used to play with my grandmother. Not with my grandmother. I used to play the game at my grandmother's house with a lot of my cousins or my brothers and stuff, and it was so fun. I haven't done it in so long. Dude. I used to play those Capcom classics. Play that like that one game where what was it? Oh crap. Eric, it was Captain something. I don't exactly remember what it was, but it was like, winners don't do drugs and shit. It was like some arcade game shit. Dude, these games are so nostalgic and shit. Alright, look, a message to all 90s kids who are looking at us like, you don't know shit like the 90s, bro. Shut the hell up, bro. I do too know the 90s, man. And the only complaint I have for the 90s is what the hell were your guys' outfits? What are you... You guys are walking around in casual street clothes, but you're looking like Lady Gaga or something, man. Giant ass parachute pants walking around with stupid ass. Yeah, fucking half shaved heads, freaking. I don't know like how much gel you using, but your hair looking like a goddamn like geometric shape. Walking around with your goddamn sunglasses. You all gay. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I feel like that's something my generation definitely got you guys beat on. But everything else besides that, man, I mean, like, you're good, man. That's good, you know? 90s kids, thank you for providing that shit. But don't say that we don't know shit, bro. We have been raised on your guys' customs. So just shut up, bro. Just stop. I'm sick of these memes. Knock it off with the goddamn 90s memes going, oh, only 90s kids will remember. Bitch, shut up. I'm gonna start a meme up right now. Just like, I'm gonna start a meme up and just have like basically any random picture and say, oh, only 90s kids remember. Like a midget getting a dick in his ass. Only 90s kids will remember. The number 90. Oh, only 90s kids will remember. A giant close-up picture of my anus. Only 90s kids will remember, am I right, guys? Show like a picture of an African kid starving. Only 90s kids will remember. I actually grew up with shit that wasn't from the 90s, dude. I actually grew up from things that were from the 80s and shit. I grew up with like the console Nintendo, bitch. I got vlogs where I'm actually playing the Super Nintendo. I can't tell whether... Hey, Eric, is the Super Nintendo 80s or 90s? Super Nintendo was the 90s. I think it was like 1992. Yeah, 1992. 1738. Hey, I say hey, what's up, hello. I like to have sex with you even though you want my bro. Your booty looking like jello. Yeah, this is really not helping my case. But nah, man, I played the Super Nintendo, the original Nintendo, the Atari at my grandmother's house, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Xbox is terrible. Goddamn red ring of death. Rather get ringworms, am I right, guys? Only 90s kids will remember. I wonder if that's how it's going to be in the future. Have like 2016 trends or something like that played in the future when our kids are like roaming around and like post memes like like freaking like damn Daniels or something, like just be like only 2010s kids will remember. And our freaking kids will be like, yeah man, you keep that shit to yourself, that sucked. And then we just cry. Here's a picture of some creep with anime porn. Only 90s kids will remember.